Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to another Werewolf game on the Dice Tower. We have a Facebook group, Dice Tower Werewolf, where people get together and play all different social deduction games, and once in a while I run a werewolf game, and so this is one that I've run. This is a fairly straightforward werewolf game, except that there's two teams of werewolves. Here we go.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Werewolf in August. It's the hottest day of the year so far here, and it's hot there. But you know what? We're playing a fairly generic game today because I need to get my feet under myself since I haven't moderated in a while. We're going to be playing with two different werewolf teams. The red and the blue werewolf teams who hate each other for no apparent reason. It's gone all the way back in the Wheel of Time somehow. That's coming out in November, and I read the first book yesterday, so maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Blue versus red, Ajas. So there's multiple werewolves, and they're trying to kill the villagers. There's only three teams here. Only three in one of my games. Blue werewolves, red werewolves, and villagers. The villagers have the seer, who each night can ask me if someone is a werewolf, and I will say, yes, they're a werewolf, or no, they're not a werewolf. I will not tell you what team they're on or anything else in that regard. We have the hunter, who once they are killed can immediately kill somebody else. There may be hunters that are not villagers. We have the bodyguard, who each night will pick someone to protect, and if either werewolf team attacks that person is protected. And then we have good old Frankenstein, who at the beginning of the game is nothing, but takes over the roles of the seer, hunter, and bodyguard if they die before Frankenstein. Now, at night, when each of the werewolf teams has a chance to kill somebody, gently hug them, I don't know. Anyway. Sorry, I've been watching my speech these days. They have them join their club of dead people. But anyhow, if both werewolf teams attack the same person, that person is fine. Because werewolves got so enraged at each other, that person will survive that hit on them. That's pretty much the only thing. So if someone doesn't die at night, well, actually, there's also at least one Sasquatch in this game. There could be up to 6. That's my new thing. There's random number of Sasquatches in the game. If you all decide during the day not to kill somebody, then a random Sasquatch becomes a werewolf, and I will randomly pick the team that they join, unless one of the teams is smaller than the other, in which case the werewolf joins that team. But if a werewolf team kills a Sasquatch, that Sasquatch joins that werewolf team. So the next day, if less than 2 people died, you know that either the bodyguard protected them, both teams attacked the same person, or one or more Sasquatches was attacked. I think that's everything, but any questions?
Are there any special roles for the werewolves?
Each team has a hunter.
Okay.
But that's it.
They can't kill each other, correct?
Yes, thank you for asking that question. A werewolf team cannot kill another one, so that's also a thing. If a werewolf team attacks someone, and the next night that person does not join you, and someone else died, then you know you attacked a member of the opposing team. Werewolves can only be killed by being hung by the neck until they are dead. Or whatever method you guys are using.
Hunter, right?
Oh yeah, hunters.
Scenario you just said, the bodyguard could have protected somebody though, right? So we don't necessarily
there's a
know.
lot of stuff. You're right. I'll let you all figure out the permutations.
Yeah.
Everyone has their role? Alrighty. Well, if that's the case, let's go to sleep for night number 1. All right. Well, like we said, it's August. People have finally run out of fireworks to shoot off after July 4th, so the nights are quiet, except if you live in Oklahoma. Too bad for y'all, it's year round there. But anyhow, things are quiet, but little do you know, 2 werewolf sects have crept into town, which is weird because you've all lived here your whole lives. And why the werewolves start doing this now? Beyond me, but it's happening. So the first thing we're going to do tonight is we're just going to have 2 meet and greets between the different teams so that you know who's on your team, and that's it. So we'll start with the red werewolves. If you look up, and you'll see who else is on your team. All right. Thank you. Then we will jump to the blue werewolf team. Here's your chance to see who's with you. All right, thank you. That's pretty much all I need for night 1, with the exception of the seer. You can ask one question. Is someone a werewolf or not? And I'll tell you yes or no. Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. It is a sad day. You enter into my house to play all my games like normal, since I'm the one who buys them for the whole village, and I'm dead in a pile of puzzle pieces. It's massacred. It's bad. It's terrible. And you all just start grabbing games and running out. But
That's
also,
legit.
you're a little irritated about this because you don't want someone killing you and you losing your game collection. So you all have some time. If you've not played this before, the way I do it is there can be up to 3 votes per day. Someone can nominate someone. We need a second for that. At least right now we need a second. And then we'll give some time for discussion and then vote yes or no. I need to have a nomination by a certain time frame. But for now, you can talk.
I nominate Matt.
Wow, look at that.
I'm sorry.
What just happened?
I nominate Matt.
Is there a second for that nomination? Okay.
Oh,
Well, I saw Jesse on
Graham
the list.
seconded that.
Graham seconding.
Who did?
Did you
Graham.
actually seconded that? Poor
No,
Matt.
why not?
Wow.
So just to clarify, first 10 seconds here.
What is going on?
Alex nominated Matt. Graham seconded him. All right, Alex, what's your reasoning here?
I want to hear him talk, and I think ready for him to talk on the stand.
Frozen.
He's been
I
really
would like
quiet
to pull
so
up my
far.
gun and shoot Alex.
All right, Matt, you've been nominated first time in this game. Very quickly, anything to say?
I'm a villager. Part of me kind of wants to die, so I'd have the quickest werewolf game of all time, but then part of me doesn't. I will also say I instantly suspect Anna because she has some sort of baby werewolf in her hands, it seems like, so I'm a little suspicious of that. But otherwise, I think I need more time to get actual suspicions on people.
Anyone else want to say anything?
Single digit seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
How did my gun work? I tried to shoot Alex.
This is vote 1 of day 1. Put your thumbs like this. When I count to 3, you put it up if you want Matt to live, and no if you want him to be the fastest person ever to die. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Interesting.
That's 5 votes
Sonia,
down, but that's not enough.
Sonia, I expected the other votes, but not yours. I'm very sad.
Well, I was thinking Alex may have a special role. And I don't know. I saw Jesse out in the woods. Didn't you guys see him out in the woods?
And I'm inside now.
Yeah, that's good thinking, Sonia. I always do things logically.
Yeah, right.
I find it sus that Alex got some facial hair I've never seen before.
I'm breaking out with werewolf.
What's up with that?
Yeah, he's in mid transformation into werewolf.
Are you liking it, Joseph?
Oh,
Oh, that's such
He's
a
the teen wolf. Teen wolf.
such a bad,
People for really
bad pun.
Yeah. Alex might have to go now. So sorry.
Well, I think JoJo's been really quiet in this game. So what's up with that?
I think everybody's been.
Yes.
There's like 5 people who haven't been. Now I'm one of them. So
Right.
Hmm.
So,
So Stuart,
real
you
quick
were-
question:
Mm.
Does the Sasquatches know they're Sasquatches?
Yes.
Okay.
So if
Like
all
Larry
the
and-
Sasquatches come out at the same time, then we can kill them in the first 5-6 days.
Oh, that would be bad because they're villagers, right? Until
I thought we were finally going to have a day one where we didn't talk about Sasquatches.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jason's not playing.
I mean,
Yeah,
the village is
see?
Sasquatch.
Tom is
Show
teasing us, putting in
yourself.
more and more. So
Yeah, the village is a real disadvantage here because we aren't eliminating werewolves so much as letting the werewolves grow by randomly killing Sasquatches that become werewolves.
I think the blue and red team should just come out now, so it's a little easier.
right.
How
I mean, it's quite blue behind Hugen, so.
It is.
And I see a couple people wearing red. Just saying.
Steve.
Ah.
I also see some people. I also see some people with piles of games behind them, like they may have suspiciously hit Tom's house already. And Larry, looking at you guys.
Yeah.
Anna,
did you want to
Yeah,
say?
how many werewolves do we think we have with 2 teams? I rose my hand because everyone's talking all over each other. So,
Got it. Okay.
and I wanted to ask Stuart a question and I got interrupted. So, but how many werewolves do we think we have?
20.
I would say
We had the same setup last game, and I don't remember. I was a wolf, and I there were maybe
5
4,
and 5,
possibly 5.
Or 4 and 4, maybe. 4
I
and
would
4,
say
5 or
minimum
5.
of- minimum of
So many
three.
people here.
That's what I was
I think it
thinking.
was 4 and 4 and 2 Sasquatches. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, but if you have as
100%
many as-
sure, I think that's what.
If,
So I want to nominate William because he's got the Office background behind him, and I hate that freaking show.
Yeah, that's gonna like come back and
But
bite
it's hard
you.
not to
too.
watch.
Very strong, Anna.
Oh.
Oh,
William.
I did.
Anna did.
All right. Is there Alex? Is that
That's for the office, man.
All right, William.
Well, my defense is that The Office is the greatest show ever, and only a werewolf could have such horrible taste.
Does anyone else want to say anything of value?
Is that your actual defense?
That is my actual defense, yes.
Okay.
And I'm a villager, but that's beside the point.
All right, thumbs for William. This is our second vote of day 1.
There's 3 votes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 12 no votes, but that's not enough.
Yay, the office.
You survived barely. Apparently a very
Could I just
divisive
ask?
show.
I guess so. I didn't realize that.
The last
Yeah,
season
what
wasn't
the-
good, you know.
Sorry, could I
What's
ask
up,
a
Morgan?
question? What's with the people that are muted and have no camera? Are they actually playing or not playing?
No,
No.
you can hide their cameras. Hide non-video participants.
Yeah, go to video settings and hide non-video.
Yeah, that'll make your life a lot
non-participants.
easier.
So I have a kind of a interest. I don't know why William's defense was any better than Matt's defense, and there was a huge difference in the vote.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Literally no.
Matt only had 1 second, and I think people gave him the
Right.
cut him the slack for that.
I didn't think we should go to bed within 5 seconds of the game starting.
Yeah.
So like, would you vote down? Like, if we nominated Matt again, he gave that same kind of defense. Would you vote down?
I would vote down on whoever the third nomination was, but if that means I'm probably gonna get nominated. So
That's probably why people voted down. So they figured, well, if I'm third, then I'm gone anyway. So might as well
Yeah.
vote for this one.
So do you think that could be werewolves voting down on William, who was a villager? Because they didn't want the third vote to get to one of them.
No, I just thought it was a really bad defense.
Oh, so I
I did
agree.
too.
I agree, but Matt's was
Yeah.
just as bad, and there were only 5 people that voted.
Matt at least claimed he was a villager.
Right.
Yeah.
Matt,
Yeah.
it wasn't an afterthought. And Matt, like we 1 second in and it was an Alex and Alex
Doing
nominated.
Alex
Shenanigan.
thing. Yeah.
Alex
I
Shenanigan.
tried to shoot
Does that
Alex
mean
with my
something?
gun, but Tom wouldn't give it to me.
I'm trying to find werewolves for you. I don't know
Alex
if you want.
also seconded, right? So he's a very fast shot in town.
Yeah, William's defense felt like he was trying to distract from the question somehow. Matt's defense felt straight right on.
So Connor, is William on your werewolf team? So you're
No,
trying to
I'm
protect him
willing to
now?
vote him out. I just don't understand the difference between the two. That's why I asked the question. There was the same bogus defense, and there was a huge difference in votes. That's what I thought was odd.
I don't think there's much people can say to give a good defense this early in the game. So the fact that you're voting down on a weak defense on turn one.
Yeah, what are you supposed
Braden?
to say 1 second into the game?
Braden, are you more suspicious of Kamran or Julia?
Oh man, what a great question. I 1 second. So Jason, I was curious with you saying like why on a bad defense would you vote down, but what else are you going to vote based on?
Yeah, right now there's nothing.
I mean, there's nothing you can really like. It's either you like the person or you don't. That's what you're voting down on this early in the game because they haven't done anything other than have no information at this point. If they do have information, they're not going to necessarily give it up right away.
I mean, we need to kill
I
people
should have
to get
voted down on
information.
Matt then.
Well, it's his afterthought saying, "Oh, I'm a villager too." That's what like you should at least opened up with that. You know, I don't know.
My favorite show was Attacked. I was being defensive.
William, which office character do you most connect with?
Dwight.
Okay, I think we need to kill William now.
All right, folks, time is up, and I need a third nomination.
I'm going to nominate Alex.
Is there a second for that?
I'll second that.
All right, Alex, you've been nominated and seconded. Just as a heads up, if Alex is found innocent and survives, thank you. If Alex is found innocent and survives, then everybody will go to sleep. And if there are any Sasquatches, one of them will randomly become a werewolf.
My defense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes. So I am on the werewolf team. I am finally a blue werewolf. I've been a red werewolf so many times before. So it was a great honor to be on the blue werewolf team. So yeah, blue is really one of my favorite colors. I like it a lot more than red. So you can, probably vote down to get me out. And then, yeah, that's my defense. Matt's a werewolf.
All right. Voting for Alex on your defense here. This is the third vote of day one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All righty. There are 4 thumbs up. The rest are down. And Alex is dead, and Alex was a villager. All right. Good night, everybody. All right, let's start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect tonight? You cannot protect the same person in back-to-back nights. You may protect yourself. All right, thank you. All right, red werewolves or werewolf. Who would you like to take out? Thank you. Blue werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. All right, seer. Who would you like to know about? All right, good morning. It was a restful night. It was a wonderful night, except for some people died, unfortunately. 2 people died. The first of them is Sonia. I'm so very sorry. Sonia was a villager. And the second was Jason. Jason, you've been murderized. But the good news, or maybe the good news, is that Jason is the hunter. So before anyone else says anything, Jason's going to take one person out with him. Who would you like to have you join you in the tango of death?
J-Mac.
All right. So, J-Mac, you're also dead. And he was also a villager. All right. Day 2, you are down 4 villagers.
That was awful.
Yeah.
The stall.
Oh my god.
It was the correct thing to kill Alex, but I knew he was a villager when he said
No,
that.
I agree. I think it was the correct kill, but I don't think it was right.
What choices did we have?
Yeah, I know, but when he says he's a werewolf, then he's a villager.
Yeah, but
the question,
like,
does that help?
not
Does that
helpful.
help the village? That's the problem.
But the thing is, if we have a Sasquatch, we had to kill the third.
Yeah, I know. No, it's better to kill a villager than to turn a werewolf.
He knew he was dying anyway. But...
Yeah, he was the wrong nomination.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well,
Who
looks
did
like
the nomination? Let's go back to him calling out Matt, because that's where I'm focused on right now. Is that Matt could be?
What would he base that on, though?
What
Like,
if he was the seer? What if he was?
If he was the seer, he should have claimed the seer.
yeah, I think he would have claimed the
Like,
seer.
I would not have voted to kill the seer.
Yeah,
If
but
he was the seer, he should
he
have
doesn't
claimed
want the werewolves to know if the seer dies or not. Like if we don't kill him, the werewolves.
But remember, if there's a Frankenstein, but if there's
Yeah.
a Frankenstein, the Frankenstein would have taken over that role. So
we don't want the werewolves to know we're down a seer.
I don't think his defense would have
Connor's
been
logic is a bit flawed.
so hard werewolf if it was the seer. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been that.
I'm just gonna say this because I am a villager and I'm probably gonna die today because of what Alex did. It's like it's fine, it's a fun game, but that's a really silly thing to do, like to just randomly call out a villager and say they're a werewolf when you have no idea. If you have an actual suspicion, fine, but like it comes off.
Right,
Really
I put 0
personal and kind of almost petty, to be honest. But feel free to kill me, and you'll find out I'm a villager. And
I don't want to kill Matt.
You have
No, we're already down 4 villagers. We
I
can't
don't
afford
know.
anymore.
I have no idea.
Jesus.
Alex just, flipped the coin and picked a name. So
Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything.
That's what I think too. I'm not gonna vote for Matt just
Yeah,
because
if
of that.
guns were in the game, I would assume he was shot Matt instead of
Yeah, he would have just shot some. He did that in the game. He just shot some
Is
big
there
one.
some
Right?
kind of? Is this a thing that's in a different game or something?
Yeah.
Alex is crazy.
Like items.
Yeah, don't listen to them, John.
Yeah.
Don't integrate this in your games. It's horrible.
Says Andreas.
So,
Is
Peter,
anyone else
why
on
did
mute
you
today?
second Alex then when it was like?
Because I thought it was chaotic play to go. He seconded the second one and nominated the first one.
Right.
And that was really chaotic for a villager to go firing like that. So I
that's
thought,
Alex, though. Unfortunately, that's how
Well,
he plays. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know everyone yet. So
Right. I don't.
Oh, I just want to go back to William. I'm still not off William in that terrible, terrible defense.
I don't think.
It's not a terrible defense, and the fact that I am a villager and you keep coming back to me indicates to me that you.
I
might
didn't
have
nominate you. I
double
just want to hear an actual defense without nominating you.
I mean,
what was there to defend? It's day one. I'm a villager. I have no special role. I have no special information. There was literally just a vote before 10 seconds in for no reason against Matt. So yeah.
I'd say in William's defense, like he got accused because of the backdrop,
office.
so that's why he mentioned it. So.
He defended what he was accused of.
As bad as his defense was, I can say the nomination was equally bad. Is that?
Oh, police.
Do you really want to go down that path?
I mean, I like the
Okay,
It was
I
a-
was good with the nomination.
I need a first
At least
nomination, please.
I gave a reason. I'd like Julia C to talk.
Still haven't
usually
heard
quiet
why
when she's a
Braden's so suspicious of her.
She's a Sasquatch. It's fine.
I'm
What do you want me to say, Graham?
I haven't heard any nominations, but that's.
I'll nominate Morgan.
All right. Is there a second for that?
Well, you asked it first. I'll second it.
All right, Morgan, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I'm a villager, and I'm currently thanks for nominating me because it's really hard to get a word in edgeways. I've watched lots of your games before, so I've seen a lot of you. You're a lot familiar, but obviously you don't know me. I'm not shy, but it's really hard to join such a group. If you kill me, you kill me. I'm a villager. But my suspicions are Connor, because his logic was terrible just then. He said that if Alex was the seer, he wouldn't come out first turn. That doesn't make sense. If you're nominated as the third person, you should say, yeah, I'm the seer, because otherwise that role is, and any information you had is wasted. So yeah, so my suspicion is Connor currently.
All right, so this is our vote for day one. Day two, sorry, day two. First vote for day two. Thumbs ready. And we're at 22. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's unanimous. You're good.
I like
confirmation
that
from you, Tom.
I've seen Connor run. Yeah, that's good. I've seen Connor run a village like this as a werewolf, like the way he's been talking. So
I think that the two weird things that I'll agree with Morgan on with Connor is I feel like these days are pretty short, and talking so much about why people change their votes for the second one wasted a lot of time. And I think that was pretty clear why that happened. And also like putting stock in that Alex claim seemed weird to me, because anybody that's played with Alex, like that wouldn't really seem that weird to them. So he's not like sure he's wolf or anything, but those things were just a little bit strange to me. So I'll agree with you on that.
He did vote to save me.
That is noted. Yeah.
I'd like to hear from Larry and Steve. I don't think I've heard from them yet.
Every time someone says a name, I have to look and say, okay, who is Larry?
Who's these people?
Yeah, I'm still trying to get information. I'm a villager and trying to get information. I think the village is at a big disadvantage here because we've already killed off 4 villagers, and I didn't think that the quick nomination of Matt at the beginning helped the village at all, because it gave us less opportunity to get more information. I tend to agree with Matt that what Alex did, unless he is the seer, didn't really help the village at all either. So here it is. What are we on the second day? And I don't feel like we have any real useful information at this point.
Yeah, I think Jugan's kind of aggressive, especially being held up on people's defenses when we had a nomination 1 second in. So, what do you defend? And then we had a nomination based on the office background. I don't understand why we're being so aggressive about those two topics.
Personally,
I
was just gonna say, personally, I didn't hate that fast nomination, just because it kind of catches somebody really fast. We know there's a lot of wolves here, and you might catch somebody before they have a chance to jump on a bandwagon or something. And it's better to have then you can kind of at least see how people voted, or if anything would happen. Like I didn't hate that one. The second one was a little bit tougher since there's only 3, but the first one I thought wasn't too bad.
Nishant, what are you thinking?
Even if people voted down on the first one, what did that tell you? That doesn't really even. There were 5 people who voted down on the first nomination of Matt.
Well, that told me you guys are mean. Matt gave a good defense.
Right. But it didn't help you determine whether you more or less likely had a werewolf, or whether the person who voted up or down was more or less likely a werewolf. That's the problem.
Can we let Nishant give us his thoughts?
I'm just going to
Connor, why did you vote down the first time against Matt?
Joseph, did you nominate someone?
Yeah, I nominate Anna.
Sorry?
I nominate Anna. That whole nomination of William was just.
So who are you nominating?
Wasting a nomination on a joke.
Anna. What?
No, it was an honest nomination. It wasn't a joke.
All right. Is there a second to that?
I'd like to hear Nishant speak.
Yeah.
I want to hear Connie speak.
So I am still trying to figure out, whom to suspect. Frankly, it is too early, but yeah, I really felt Anna to be honest in her nomination. I did feel, a bit of a vibe from William. Other than that, I think the only other person, who has not talked a lot, but I feel a little suspicious towards is Andreas. So if I survive this nomination, I'll probably nominate Andreas just to hear him talk and see what are his thoughts.
You're not nominated, Nishant. No one nominated you.
Then just ask.
No, we just asked you to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Got
give you
it,
the
got it.
floor to talk.
But I do need a nomination.
I will.
Okay, I would like to nominate Andreas. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, William beat you to it to a punch. William, what'd you say?
I'm going to nominate Julia. We tend to be on opposite sides. I am a villager, and she's usually quiet when she's a werewolf, and she hasn't spoken a lot. Not a whole lot to go on, but that is why I'm nominating her.
Matt already seconded. Matt already did.
No, I was seconding for Andreas.
What's your defense?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I never trust Andreas. No.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, I'm a villager. I'm always quiet, especially in the beginning, especially when there's a large number of people still in. So I don't think this is any different from how I normally am. And anyway, you can tell by my purple hair, I don't like red or blue. So clearly I'm not one of those red or blue werewolves.
But red and blue make purple.
That's
Just
what
the leader
hasn't
of
decided
both.
yet.
I'm suspicious of Steve because he said we've already killed off 4 villagers, and a villager wouldn't say that, but that's all the information I really have right now.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 2 for Julia. So thumbs ready. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 5 down, and Cameron took a long time there, but all right.
Anyone want to explain why they voted down on that? Like reasoning behind that?
I voted down since I nominated her, and then I also didn't want it to go to the third vote.
I didn't really think it. Well, I don't know Julia that well, but to me, I wasn't sold on that. I thought the thing about Steve, I thought that too, but I think that's a real easy thing that people like to pounce on about language and stuff.
Yeah, because
I don't know. Maybe
we as a village have allowed already 4 villagers to be killed.
Right.
If you're a villager like I am, you realize that we're dwindling fast, and we may not have much of a chance.
Steve is correct because 2 are, what is it? 2? No, 3.
I think they killed 1.
3 of the villagers were killed.
The hunter killed the villager, so technically it's
I don't like. Well,
you're talking semantics. As a collective, we've allowed 4 villagers to be killed, and we don't have any werewolves, and we have very little information.
And I feel like
I voted.
Rules question.
I voted down on. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead with the rules
question. If the werewolves kill off all his villagers, do they continue to kill off each other until there's one team?
No, the way it works is if there's ever more werewolves than villagers, and one werewolf team is greater than the other one, that werewolf team wins. If we get down to only being werewolf teams left, and let's say they tie. Let's say there's 4 werewolves on each team and 0 villagers left. At that point, I don't know. I'll worry about it then. I'll think about it in time.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, go ahead, Peter.
Yeah.
John,
I was going to say, can we have Connie talk shit and talk in 2 days?
I'm curious if
I just
Connie
wanna
is
say-
more suspicious of Stuart or JoJo.
Okay, I don't even know who Stuart is. Oh, there he is.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, I have to look around. I'm not familiar.
That answers the question, right?
Villager on the village team. I'm just trying to watch and see how everybody's acting to see if I can figure out who is a werewolf. I'm pretty typically quiet in the beginning of games, as anybody here who's played with me can tell you.
But who do you find suspicious? Stuart or JoJo was the question, I think.
I don't know.
Thanks, Dad.
Wait, are you related to both of them? I know you are to JoJo.
Just JoJo.
Who is Stuart? Is it Jugan?
I'm the new guy.
Oh,
There's
my
someone
God, I
named
didn't see your
Stuart
name at all.
here.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't see your name.
It'll be a minute too.
I feel like I guess I haven't really played before, but the first day everybody's like putting weight on things. It's like we had no information, so I don't really feel like any of that is very useful. So it makes me suspicious of anybody who's like, oh, that first day was really important because we didn't know anything. And so that would be like Eugen and Connor, I think, were the two that were really pointing to things happening on the first day as being like important stuff. So it makes me a little bit suspicious of them, but I have no information other than that to base that on.
The last 5 games that I've played with Connor, I've said to myself every time he's been a werewolf, it's impossible that he's a werewolf again. And therefore I don't say anything. And then he's a werewolf. I feel like I got to do something.
Maybe defend myself preemptively before a nomination comes my way. That way we have an option. If you still want to go through with it, you can. I just look for details. That's what you have to do. You're right. We have no information until a seer comes out. We don't get information. So everything that we have to do is piece everything. It's a puzzle. We have to piece things together.
Well, on that note, we need to have our third nomination of
nominate if you want. I am a villager. Right now, I said I'm looking at Matt. Jugan is the other one I was looking at. I agree with Larry.
Don't waste it.
I won't nominate.
So I have a nomination in mind, and this is purely based off a few other games where I've seen the new guy defense usually turns out to be a werewolf, and Stuart said a little bit of that, and it's good and bad because we want the new people to play a lot, but I would like to nominate Stuart for that.
All right. Is there a second for that? All right, then I need another nomination.
I nominate Jukin.
All right.
Don't do it.
All right, Connor seconded that. All right, Jugan, you've been
Boy.
nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
Well, Tom, this is the first game I played with you. I didn't actually have a role of anything. I was kind of quite happy that I got playing villager. So great, Village. You just wasted your third nomination. So we already lost 4 villagers. We're going to lose the 5th one because y'all going to vote down and kill me because you're so afraid of the Sasquatch turning. Or, yeah, the Sasquatch, yeah, turning. So y'all going to do what y'all going to do. I'm just a plain villager.
All right. This is the third vote of day 2. Thumbs for Jugan. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, just 2 thumbs up. And I will say that Jugan was right about one thing. You just did kill another villager. Good night, everybody. All right. All of you are sleeping nice and tight. A little depressed at your, murderous rage, but hey, there's a lot more. Everyone's game collections keep going up exponentially. So there's that. All right, meanwhile, let's start with the bodyguard. Bodyguard, who would you like to protect? Thank you. Red werewolf or werewolves, who would you like to take out? Thank you. Blue werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? All right. Good morning, everybody. I see you're trying really hard to make my impossible scenario come true because last night both John and Connor, both innocent villagers, have been murdered. And it is now day 3.
This is similar to the last game. The werewolf teams got like 2 kills every night.
I'm really surprised that people voted down on Jugan because that sounded so like.
The thing is,
Yeah,
there's just, but
you
the only
played with
reason I
Jugan
voted
before,
down.
it's not
right.
that
You're
uncommon.
right.
for him to-
It's not uncommon, but if there's a Sasquatch in the game, then we're
Can you
letting the
just give another
Sasquatch
one?
turn into a werewolf. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
you
Can't
have to
win
be
on that
yeah.
third vote.
Yeah, it's
can't
like
win.
You're
it's better
still
to
losing a
Absolutely
villager
not.
no matter what.
It's
It was
better
the
to kill a
nomination
villager.
that killed him.
Yeah, it's better to kill a villager than.
Yeah,
Okay.
and even
Agreed.
if he says it's a villager, he might as well been a Sasquatch.
So
and then
yeah,
not.
that's true as well.
It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Then
Yeah, I know. We have to. I don't know, but at this stage, I think we have pretty good odds to find a werewolf because there's like half of us in here are werewolves.
Yeah.
One positive is we might have killed some of the Sasquatches. I
Yeah,
know
I was thinking
they're
that
still
too.
villagers, but
That would be good.
I'm very surprised that like Connor was attacked last night because I think he has a lot
Right.
of dirt on him.
yeah.
Especially that he went after Yugen. Yugen was a villager.
Right.
Well, if the werewolves attack a Sasquatch, they turn. So maybe they thought he was a Sasquatch or something. Because I don't know.
But even if they would turn him, he would be like up there with.
Yeah, he would still be.
because of the
Right.
day.
Jojo, is that why you targeted him?
No, I didn't. Target.
That's not why.
Jojo, you're definitely quieter than I've seen you in previous games I've watched.
I'll be honest. I don't even remember how I play. It's been so long. So I'm just trying to figure it out too. And I don't know. There was most of it. I'm like, I know everybody has an opinion, and I kind of don't. That's basically it.
I'm almost thinking if the seer comes out, it's not the horrible idea because it could cause the bodyguard to protect them. They could get their information out. And even if the bodyguard's not still alive, maybe both werewolf teams target them tomorrow and they don't die.
It depends on what information they have. They might.
Well, yeah,
have
if the
checked-
3 people are still alive that they checked.
Yeah, they might have checked
They
2
can-
people that already.
And they clear some Sasquatches. That's not necessarily good either.
Yeah,
It's true, but the way
And if they
losing-
didn't find a werewolf and just cleared villagers, it's just putting targets. I don't.
It helps the red and blue teams.
No, it
because-
doesn't actually. So in this
I
game,
mean, that's part of the
actually-
problem is that we could just as likely have been killing Seers and Frankensteins and
yeah.
But in this game, it's actually better for the wolves to have targets because if they're picking from everyone, they're less likely to hit the same person. If they're picking from the same couple of people, they're more likely to not get a kill.
We're gonna lose this game real fast if we don't get this right. So
I think I
we're-
have one werewolf at this stage. What do you think, Jesse?
If you think it's me, that's incorrect. Unless it's who is it? Who is it? Is it me?
It is you.
No, it's not. I'm just feeling pretty bad because I am not a werewolf. I think we probably will lose. I have very few people who I feel good about in this room. I feel like Sasha was giving good logic. I feel like Stuart actually gave good logic. I feel like Morgan gave good logic.
You're off
I
my
don't
list.
really feel good
No,
about
no.
anyone else
Just-
in here. And
My
those
logic
people
was
that I
good,
just
but I was
said
wrong.
doesn't
Yeah, I was going to say
necessarily
Morgan
mean
wasn't right on that one, but
yeah,
I almost never heard Jesse be that like consistent before, so he must be good.
I don't know.
I think Sasha is good.
I think Sasha.
I think Larry's good. I think Andreas is good.
All
So
Uh,
just,
right, folks, I'm going to
just
say
like,
Andreas?
first nomination.
That's the only one I
of day
question.
3.
Yeah, why Andreas?
Nope.
I don't know. It's just gut feeling.
Nope.
may I just say,
Tom said nope.
Can I say something, Tom?
Nope, you can't. Nomination.
I nominate Graham.
Thank you. Is there a second for that?
Seconds.
All right, Graham, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I guess I can go through thoughts so far. I think the only thing I've heard from Cameron was a nomination, which was a bit sus to me. I agree with the assertions about Sasha, at least. She was the one I feel I trust most. Also felt pretty good about Peter and Larry. I completely disagreed with everything Steve said, but that tends to be the case every time I play with him. There was some sus on Anna. We moved away from that. I think there was a nomination and no one seconded. I don't really have thoughts on anyone else. Most people have been really quiet. So.
All right. Well, this is vote 1 of day 3 for Graham. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. That looks like just 1 thumb down. All right.
I can clear as Cameron and Stuart are both good. Jason A died the night that I checked him.
For the record, I didn't really love that, but
Anna, who was
one more time?
I checked Cameron, night 0. I checked Jason A, night 1. And I checked Stuart last night.
And they're all good?
They're all good.
I believe that she would check those people because I know those are people Anna probably hasn't played with much.
I've never played with any of them.
If there is a real seer out there, they should come out now because
I
they can
am
be
the real
protected.
Sir Joseph.
Yeah, but it's good if somebody contests it. So we'll have information. If there is another person, they should definitely say it.
You might be,
I
but
felt good about Anna. I don't know if it is too early to have the second nomination, but I do want to hear Andreas talk, and why not in form of a nomination? So I'd like to nominate Andreas.
So you nominate who?
Andreas.
Is there a second for that?
I'll second it.
All right. Andres, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
Oh, 1 second, sorry. I've heard my name a few times for being suspicious, and I would like to know from the people why, in case I survive this. I'm a villager. I'm trying to figure things out. Nishan not only put my name, he put like another name in the other round as well after he was suspicious of me. So he feels like he's just pushing things out, which makes me a little bit sus. I would like to hear from Anna what her suspicions were on the first day about William, because she said it was a real suspicion, but she didn't say that in her accusation in the first day. But I believe her that she is the seer if there's nobody else coming out, because I also thought Cameron was good and Stuart as well. So I feel the vibes there. Bit suspicious of Jesse and a little bit of Joseph because he went after Anna yesterday and then switched over to Jesse in a quite certain manner. So those are on my list. And I think I should never trust Matt because he never trusts me. But just the principle. Yeah, but I'm a villager, so please don't kill me.
All right. Thank you for that. It's vote number 2 of day 3. Ready. 1, 2, 3. That's 5 down. By the way, someone has a very noisy background. But you're still alive.
So, William, now that it's been a few more days, I'd like to hear. I'm not going to nominate you, but I'd kind of like to hear what your thoughts are, because I think I still haven't heard enough to get you off my list from that day.
Oh, sure. My suspects are Julia, Nishant, Cameron, Steve. Those are my 4 picks for werewolves.
I just told you that Cameron was clear. I just cleared
Yeah.
Cameron, so you don't believe me?
Cameron?
Yeah.
I didn't name Cameron.
Yes, you did.
I said Julia, Nishant. Oh, you're right.
Let's
No,
nominate
no,
William.
I'm sorry. I named Cameron, and
Can I just-
I apologize. I believe you're the seer. So, yeah, I'm just telling you who my suspicions were. I ran through, and no, you're right. Cameron should not be on that list. I apologize.
You might have just thought the spelling was weird, perhaps. Is that what went through your mind?
I was thinking of a
I may have mispronounced his name. I don't know, but
Anna,
It's-
why
it's
didn't you check
Cameron,
William?
And
why I haven't
yeah.
checked William yet because
you
these
thought
other
he was
people
suspicious.
were more suspicious to me after he originally spoke. I did vote down on him. But then people start talking during the day or not talking, and they become more suspicious to me and they go up on my list. So there's certain things that people said today that have risen above William. And so I will check. I check, and I've been wrong, and I don't want to kill a villager. So
I mean, I am a villager, so I mean, nominating me here is not productive, and you can feel free to check me at any point. So
I don't think he would be a terrible person to go for because I feel like, I don't know, if you're a wolf, you're not worried about figuring out who the villagers are. So which would be a reason you would still you would say Cameron at this point. I mean, maybe it is just.
no, that was honestly a mistake. But if I die here, I'm okay with that because it'll come out that I'm a villager, and anyone who nominates me add to your list of suspicions.
yeah,
So,
I don't think.
I feel like all those names William just said was just like looking at the screen and naming someone.
Nope.
Didn't you say Nishant as well? I think Nishant has had really good reasoning for his suspicion so far. So
Yeah,
why
but
are
he
you
may be
suspicious
on
of?
your team, Joseph.
I don't
Yeah,
think William is on my team. No.
No, because you're a werewolf and I'm
Right, that's what I'm thinking too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I need a third nomination.
I will nominate Joseph.
Don't second that. Don't second
Don't
Why not?
do this. I'll say later why, but
yeah.
Maybe William or Graham.
I have a
I didn't love it.
All right, then I need another nomination.
I have a very positive read off of Joseph.
Yeah, I'll nominate William. I think it's time.
All right.
Okay, Joseph, you're killing the villager, just so you know.
Was there a second for that?
I think Jesse did.
Yeah, Jesse did.
All right, William, what's your defense?
I am a villager, and I don't know why Joseph wants to kill a villager. So we'll find out. And Jesse, too.
All right. Well, this is vote 3 of day 3. Thumbs up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just 3 thumbs up.
I hate The Office, but I think you got shafted.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
that's all right.
That's correct.
That's how The
because
Office
William
works.
was another villager. Good night, everybody. Some of you are at this point not believing that werewolves even exist. And there's big, giant online Facebook discussions. Actually, no, I'm sorry, using Nextdoor to argue back and forth whether werewolves even exist. And people are getting really irritated with each other. So I'm going to step in here and ask the bodyguard, who would you like to protect tonight? Thank you. Red werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. All right, blue werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Good morning, everybody. I guess when everyone is dying, any luck is better than, anything is better than whatever. There's just one death last night, and that is Matt. Matt, you're gone. I'm sorry, and Matt was another villager. All right, it's day 4.
Joseph is good.
Are we calling it luck that we got a turn Sasquatch?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, we must, or maybe the bodyguard. Maybe one of the teams went for Anna, which, when she was protected, something like that.
I'm afraid we had if there were several Sasquatches though, and we had that many deaths, like, I don't know. I'm nervous.
We've killed off some of the Sasquatches for sure.
I'm surprised that they would go after Matt rather than go after somebody that I've cleared, but that could be that it's people that don't play on a regular basis. So now I'm looking really heavily at Larry and Morgan and Peter and Nishant and Jojo.
Because Anna, Matt defended me.
I know.
And I thought they were going to kill me because of that, but they killed Matt instead.
Yeah, that was an odd kill.
That was weird, yeah. And I understand your suspicion of me, but...
Yeah, well, you came after me a little bit too, but I erased your name, and then after that whole suspicion on
William had a weird defense.
On William, and then I thought, just the way he was speaking, he seemed genuine to me, and that's why I did not vote to kill him. I voted to save him. I do think he got screwed because he was the 3rd vote of the day. But
who did you check? Who did you check?
Joseph.
I checked Joseph last night because.
Oh, I really wish you stuck with your new player thing. I was like, come on, I'm next, surely.
No.
Morgan, you really wanted to be checked?
Yeah, I wanted people to believe I'm good because I am good.
Who'd you say you checked? Sorry.
Night 0 was Cameron, then Jason A, Stuart, and then Joseph.
Well, Morgan, I feel the same way, but we need the check to be on a wolf, though. You know what I mean? We need a wolf check.
Yeah, the thing is, Anna, you say that they went after Matt rather than after someone who is
I cleared,
but the other werewolf team might have still got one of those. So one of you people that you cleared, apart from Joseph, might now have been
turned.
So we have to make sure not to forget about them just because.
The odds right now are that
Cameron or Stuart could be.
Well, the odds right now are that the werewolves are going to win because we have not killed a single.
We have to kill one right now. Exactly. I think. Yeah.
And we have to make a kill on a werewolf.
Yeah, if it's 4 and 4.
And
it might be 4 and 5 now, or 5.
I don't want to name any names, but people that are not clear right now, I think we have a really good shot at just randomly taking one of them, and we're going to hit a werewolf.
I'm suspicious of Steve, Jesse, and Stuart. I had Matt there, but I'm taking that away.
You just said Stuart.
See, that's the thing, is Jojo is not paying attention. He just asked me who I cleared. And
I do have that written down, but
yeah, that is so sus. And then there's Larry.
Is no one else suspicious?
Who, Jesse?
Graham and you, Braden. Graham, a lot. I'm very suspicious of Graham. I think he's a werewolf. I think you're probably.
I agree on both of those. I think Graham and Braden.
I am not. I am not. Don't go.
They're on my
I
list of
think both
suspicions.
Graham and Jesse, because both of them have been voted.
Always a werewolf.
I think we get a werewolf kill with Larry for sure. And
what about Peter too? I feel like Peter's
up there on my list, and so is Jojo.
Your list is very long.
Folks, I need
all of you were on this list at one point.
Nomination for day 4.
So Julie and also Connie.
I nominate Larry.
All right. Is there a second for that?
Julie.
All right.
I apologize.
Larry, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
Same defense everyone has. I'm a villager. I was right there with Joseph on the William vote. I knew Joseph was good. And I believe Anna is also this year, as obviously. But that's all I got for you.
All right. Well, this is nomination 1 of day 4. Thumbs ready. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Someone has some smooching
All right,
going
that's
on.
10 votes down. So, Larry, you are dead. I'm very sorry. Larry
Finally.
was a werewolf.
Oh, thank
time.
God.
All right. Hey, you've killed probably the only werewolf as far as you know. Let's see what happens now. Let's start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. All right, red werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Blue werewolf or werewolves? Thank you. Seer. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. All right, well, it's back to bad news, I'm afraid. 2 more deaths. Morgan is a villager who died, and Anna is a villager who died. All right, let me just quick count how many people we have left here. We have 7, 11, 14 people left. All right.
Game continues.
Game continues, and it's day 5.
Graham, why did you vote like to save Larry? Why were you convinced that he was good?
I wasn't convinced of anything. It was the first vote, so he didn't really say much. But I was surprised at how many people voted down.
I think you're all werewolves almost. Like
Right.
we have to have so many in here. Like if you're not cleared right now, and you're not Sasha, you're probably a werewolf.
Sasha, I mean, I would not vote
are there
down
more
on Sasha.
villagers than combined number of werewolves? Is that still the
Well,
condition?
we killed 1 werewolf, so they're
If
not equal
right
teams.
now there was more werewolves, so we have 14 people.
Yep.
So if there were 8 werewolves existing right now, then the werewolf team with more of them in it
Would have won.
It's 7 versus 7 right now, I think. There's
Yeah.
4 on one team, 3 on the other because we killed 1.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
No, but I think that's the
no.
case.
There's not 8 werewolves right now.
Well, I would plead to the 3-person werewolf team. You need to get someone from the 4-person werewolf team because
you need to help
you're
them
going to
out.
lose
Yeah.
unless we kill someone from the 4-person werewolf team.
An interesting plan there.
Right. So
true though.
Werewolves, come on our team for this one, and
Yeah.
let's get one of the 4-person werewolves.
So I was gonna say last time, although a lot of people were talking, there were 2 slip-ups where someone mentioned Cameron, and one was Morgan and one was JoJo. Both said Cameron, even though Cameron supposedly is clear.
It's Stuart, just as bad, but it was.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you were Stuart and Morgan was Cameron.
There's a slip up too, and that's on your part.
But I mean, William also slipped up, and he was a villager. So
Did Jesse just say he's a werewolf? Did you just say you're a werewolf, Jesse?
No, I said the werewolves should join us, villagers,
Oh, got you. Okay.
and work with us.
Semantics is the death of a village.
Braden is a werewolf, 100.
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not.
you are. Yes,
Joseph, I'm not. Don't do it.
You have to be. And Graham. Graham is also a werewolf.
Yeah, for sure. So Julia's still. Oh, there we go.
Are you just saying that to say that, or like, do you have a reason that you actually suspect Braden and Graham?
Braden just looks evil. I don't know. Just
That's
Thank
you,
first
Joseph.
Yeah. I'm still suspicious of Nishan. He just put out names earlier and then turned quiet after none of that went anywhere. So I would like
Sure.
to hear a bit more
Yeah.
from him.
Yeah, no, so thanks, that you said my name. I wanted to say something. So all my logic, I've tried to see, who is more than 50% in my mind as a werewolf, because, surely none of you is like 100% sure in my mind. And I was like, who is? So Joseph definitely looks good to me. Jojo and Steve look good to me for some reason, right? The people that Andreas, sorry, but I felt that in the beginning, so that's why I told you, and I was trying not to repeat my nominations. That's why in the last round I did not nominate for you again, but I still feel you are like 60% in my mind. I'm still not 100% for you, but I still feel you are 60% there. I am curious when he's not designing board games, what does Peter do? So that's another one where I'm, a little bit over 50%.
Do you have any reasons there for your percentages, or are you just pulling numbers out of thin air?
Yeah, no. There are reasons. In my mind, there are 6 people. 5 are definitely cleared, right? And I'm including me because I am a villager, so I have to believe that I'm a villager. There is another person, and that's Joseph, whom I'm very confident about because of the way he's trying to help the village team. But other than that, it really leaves very few people, right? There have to be a lot of werewolves. So anyone who is left is a little bit over 50% or a little bit under 50%. So yeah, Joseph.
Nishant, me, Cameron, and Stuart were cleared by the seer.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I only
that.
think there's 7. I only think there's 7 villagers in here. So there's 4 more except us 3.
Yeah.
I think it's Sasha. I think it's Jesse. I don't know
Yeah.
about the rest. So
Sorry, Joseph, wouldn't we lose
it's my
if
good
there were
No.
7?
No, because Tom has it, so it has to be more werewolves than villagers.
I think only Joseph is cleared. Anyone else before the half kill night has been cleared.
So
that may be
Andreas,
true, but I feel like we have so little hope that if we're going to go with, they may have turned, like, let's deal with that after.
All right, folks.
Graham, who would you?
Nomination number 1, please.
Graham, if you were a hunter, who would you shoot?
No, that is not the question being asked.
Okay, I nominate Graham so he can defend himself.
All right, is there a second for Graham?
I'll second that.
All right, Graham, what's your defense?
I can start with Joseph's question. Braden or Julia? I still I kept trying to get them to talk. I feel like Julia has been mute for most of the game. I don't know. The other 2 that I sort of am left with are Connie and Jojo. Those would be my picks. I agree. I think Jesse would not be coming after me, and only me. If he was a wolf, he'd probably be leaning more to whatever the direction the village was going. I have no idea why, but I'm perfectly happy to accept Sasha as good. And yeah.
All right, this is vote 1 of day 5. This is for Graham. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. It's 3 thumbs down. That's not enough.
I would really like to hear from Connie soon too, because I'm starting to be afraid she's just trying to hide.
Well, yeah, I'm a little worried about Connie, but my problem with Connie is she is pretty quiet either way. But yeah, Connie's my 3. She was in my top 3 suspicions as well. So
I understand. I'm always quiet. I've been just trying to watch and see who I think is suspicious. Steve is pretty quiet. I feel like from the games I've watched that he has a tendency to talk more when he's with the village. And I don't feel he's with us this time. So he's high up on my suspicions. Julia is always quiet, so I don't really know what to make of her. Joseph, you always have bad reads, so typically I try not to think about anything you say. It does. It seems like you always have bad reads.
That's why I stay alive for a while.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, but the seer cleared him.
Other than that, I don't really know.
That's also a thing, Steve. So why am I not dead? Like, I was cleared. Why didn't they kill me right away?
Maybe they're afraid you're too obvious of a target and they want to just kind of clear the edges.
They have nothing to lose by killing me.
Yeah, or
Well,
maybe
if
Joseph,
both teams
the
pick
people,
you.
The people whom you are suspicious of, the werewolf team are not really afraid of them. So you probably did not point out the werewolf teams.
Exactly. I probably pointed out the wrong people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And I didn't go after you, Sean.
You do have bad reads usually.
Sorry.
That's actually a good point, Nishan. Thank you for that.
Is anyone else like Sasha? Who are you most suspicious of? I would like to hear, since we all, again, I don't know why we all think you're villagers. I think just because like you're giving a little bit more insight than a lot of people. But who are you most suspicious of?
I think I'm getting pretty suspicious of Brayden recently. I think I'm suspicious of him. I'm suspicious of JoJo, and I'm suspicious of. I feel like I'm not as suspicious of Connie after that, but she's still kind of on the list just because if she's been watching that long, like I just was hoping for more insight earlier. But
All right, I need a second nomination, please.
I'd like to nominate Brayden.
All right, is there a second for that?
Graham did.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna ask that people just say their seconds out loud, because
I never know if my mic's on. Sorry.
yeah, well. All right, so Braden's been nominated in second. Braden, what's your defense?
Cool. I'm the bodyguard. I saved Anna the other day, so don't kill me.
Oh,
can I ask,
okay.
Can I ask Braden a question? So
Go for it.
Braden,
Mhm.
you're the bodyguard. Would you agree that you protected yourself last night?
No.
How did you have time to protect someone in 2 seconds?
I have the name on my phone, and then I went boop, and then that's what I do.
All right.
Are you trying to get me killed tonight, Joseph?
No. I'm gonna trust you. I'm gonna trust you now.
All right. Voting for Braden, this is vote number 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's just that Tom basically said, "Oh, bodyguard," and then he's like, "Thank you," and it's like,
Right.
How did you have time? You had to do this or something. That's the only.
No,
I don't think he had 10.
Name typed in,
Yeah.
and I go boop, then put
Okay,
it
so
down.
I'm gonna stop naming a lot of people. I'm just gonna say, if I was a hunter and I died right now, I would shoot Peter.
I think Jesse, very much so. And also,
I apologize if again I'm all over the wrong areas, but
no, but you look so excited, like, oh, we're about to win, we're about to get him, and then like we did it, and so I'm like, I don't know.
I'd probably just, I don't know. I mean, I probably deserve it because I'm.
So Peter, why shouldn't we kill you as a village?
I'm a villager. I'm with you on some of your takes. I'm thinking that Jesse's fine. My current thoughts are, JoJo and Steve. I went against Graham because he did a lot of votes. Like, here's a swath of people, but I don't really know that he was he seems well, I can't tell. But I guess that my biggest pick right now is Steve. That's where I'm
gonna vote down on almost anyone. Like, unless we have 4 cleared people, I think, or 5.
So I want to nominate Peter, partially because it felt like when he was saying right now, he just looked at names and said certain things just for that reason.
I would rather that one of the clear people nominate.
Okay, Cameron, who do you think?
Hang on a second, Joseph. Nishant, did you nominate Peter?
Yes, I nominated Peter.
Okay, is there?
I don't think I'm getting a second, but I just want to make it clear that I did nominate Peter.
Roger, I hear you.
Is there a second? All right, continue.
Cameron, who do
All
you
right.
think?
I was well. I'm suspicious of Peter and Jesse, but
I'm actually
Um,
going to say. I'm actually going to say why Jesse right now. I'm fine if
Oh,
you want to,
what-
like, but why Jesse?
he just seemed suspicious in his reactions.
Because I was thinking to myself, like, Jesse's cool, but
Yeah,
whatever.
Jesse's very animated, like no matter what team he's on.
Jesse is cool.
I feel like JoJo more than Jesse, but they're going after one another. So
I vote down on JoJo if somebody knows.
No, please don't do that. I don't want to be the reason we lose the game because
I feel like
I know it's so tight.
Let's look at people who aren't invested, who aren't like. I feel as a villager like very responsible for what's happening, and I care about us winning or losing. And there's a lot of people sitting stone faced right now. And JoJo, as much as she suspects me, she has animation in her thing, so like that makes me trust her a little bit more. But there's a lot of you guys just.
I'd vote down for Julia or Steve.
I'd vote down for either of them if Stuart or Cameron wants to nominate.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry, folks, but it is time for the third nomination.
Steve's high on my list, so I'll nominate Steve.
Let's go with Steve. Let's go with Steve.
All right, Steve, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
I'm a villager, and the game's about to be over, so there's not a whole lot I can do about it.
All right. Voting for Steve. Thumbs ready. 1, 2, 3. It's 13 down, 1 up. Steve was indeed a villager. Good night, everybody. All right, we'll start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect tonight? Thank you. All right, red werewolf or werewolves? Who would you like to kill? Thank you. Blue werewolf or werewolves? Don't worry, folks who are still asleep. I'm still awake. Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Thank you. All right. Good morning, everybody. The best news you've heard all day, nobody died last night.
We have
day
two
6.
Sasquatches. That's gonna be so sad.
No, they went for the same person.
Yeah, they went.
I hope
Otherwise,
so.
we would have lost already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They both went for Braden or for one of the clear people. I think.
I hope so.
Or for who I've saved. Either
Yeah.
of those options. Yeah.
Well, nice job.
We're down 12 villagers, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the
So if
werewolves
anyone has
deserve
a
to win.
fear or knows
So bad.
anything, I think they need to say something at this point because
Yeah.
Do we have a Frankenstein seer that has?
Yeah.
some
Is the
information?
Frankenstein still alive?
I'm gonna be surprised if they're still alive.
Right. Is that what you said, Julia? If there's a Frankenstein seer?
anyone in the seer role at this point. If we're down
Okay.
12
I mean, Anna did come out, you remember, right?
What?
You remember when Anna
Yeah,
came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Stuart. It was almost like we put it on you to just pick someone, and you pick Steven.
Oh,
It's just, it's like a shot in the dark. Like there's a bunch of people we don't know anything about, and we just have to gamble.
I feel like we've been gambling really badly.
Yeah, we
I'm
have.
doing terribly, but
Well, we
yeah,
and we. I don't know if you're.
person.
I don't know if you're in the we, Jojo.
I was a little, I mean, I listened to what Connie said about how he's normally vocal. So I was kind of thinking that reason. He did seem like after the first time he spoke, boom.
I don't agree on that. I don't think Steve is normally vocal.
I'm just like, I threw Steve
Oh, never mind. It's all good.
20 times and he never said anything.
Sorry.
One word to defend
But
himself.
Steve is usually kind of quiet until the late game. Like,
all right.
But he usually defends himself if something comes up. Sorry, Connie.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, he was always vocal.
Well, now we have some other game to compare to.
I still have suspicions on Peter and Jesse.
I agree on Peter. I don't know about Jesse. It's so hard.
Jesse's pretty low on my list. And he's on the list because the list is small, but he's lower on my list. He's
I mean,
probably on the
Sasha
bottom
could
of my
be Sasha could be a werewolf, but like, I don't know. It's not like the obvious one.
There wasn't a clear, right? Just 100%.
No, I wasn't.
No, it's
checked
just
by
me, Cameron, and Stuart.
Okay.
And Braden,
Braden.
sort of.
Braden.
I guess.
Yeah, Braden.
Well,
has
it's
a
not
counter.
100%.
If
I
we
think
buy
Braden
the
lied.
bodyguard, I mean, the only person
Yeah,
yeah,
but-
protected was the seer. But
We got bigger problems than going after Brayden.
Yeah.
Even if we were suspicious
No,
of Brayden,
yeah, I
we
agree.
got other
Right.
problems.
That's what I
Not
was
for
thinking.
him.
I
Right,
honestly
folks?
don't feel
Definitely
great about
is.
Braden, but I don't even go there right now.
Yeah,
believe-
later.
Enough other
if we live that long.
Right. I'm more. I don't know about Peter. I don't know about Julia. I still am not feeling great about Graham or Connie. I don't really like
This is
Andreas
either
this
the
game.
longest nomination ever, or you're
I didn't hear you, Tom.
is that?
Apologies.
I'll nominate Andreas.
All right. Is there a second for that?
You gotta be vocal.
Nishant, I'm seconding.
Okay. All right. Andres, you've been nominated and seconded. What's your defense?
My defense. I'm happy that we got like the second chance, and there was no kill last night. I think that was the only reason we not lost the game yet. I'm still after Nishant because I think he put the names out, and even when I asked him to give reasons why he's suspicious of people, he just did a little bit of maths and didn't really say what people, me inclusive, did that made him suspicious. On my list are also Peter and Jesse. Peter was like from the first day when I asked him why he second Alex. The quick second still doesn't sit right for me on the first day and the third one. He said a few things that made sense, I guess, but it's still not off it. And Jesse is like, he's just Jesse. He seems concerned and jumping from side to side, but that could also be him just being excited, being close to winning. He played the games. Either way, so it's hard to read, but you get like slightly worse vibes from him. I trust Braden with his bodyguard claim. I'm not quite sure why Jojo's name was mentioned that often. I don't get like anything from her. And Julia and Connie are just super quiet and just watching the game. So, yeah. I'm a villager, and that's my list.
I thought maybe this was a defense. All right. So that's Andres' defense. This is vote 1 of day 6. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That is 7-6. And Andreas, you are dead. And Andreas was indeed a werewolf. Good night, everybody. All right, let's start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Red werewolf or red werewolves? Thank you. Blue werewolf or blue werewolves? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Bad news again. The killings are back on. Nishant and Cameron, you are both DEAD dead. And they were both villagers. Which brings us down to 11 people, if I'm counting properly. I'm not. We're down to 10.
Okay, so we didn't start with 4 and 4.
No, but
Game
it
is
started with
still
3 and
going.
3.
Yeah.
Which is very low, but maybe there were like 4 Sasquatches or something.
Well,
So, oh, go ahead, Jesse.
no, I mean, that's good, though. I'm just happy. That's all.
So
I
we
was a little.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, I'll just say real quick. I was a little worried Cameron had turned, but I'm glad to see he didn't, and it's not something to worry about anymore. I guess. So, yeah.
But wait, Graham. Why did you say that? Because there might be 3 blue and 3 red right now, and 4 villagers.
What do you mean?
If
Then
there's
the-
3 blue werewolves and 3 red werewolves and 4 villagers, the game is not over.
No, it'd be 6
Oh,
out of
because they have to. One has to.
They have,
outnumber the other?
yeah.
Okay.
And I know me and Stuart are villagers, and I think Braden is. So who's the 4th? that's like.
Holy crap.
So
Yeah.
we've
Is it
only
Sasha?
we've only voted on 2 wolves, and both times Graham voted to save the wolf. The first time was
Yeah,
already
Graham is
kind of
a wolf.
iffy.
He
The
has to
second
be.
one
Yeah,
was
he has
the
to.
second one was
I
too
can-
much for me.
I mean, if you guys want to nominate me, that's okay, but I'm actually not a wolf yet.
Mathematically, you have to be, Graham.
No, I don't.
By that logic,
You know, we also could have started with less wolves than we thought because
But if we
because
started
we
with
could
3
actually, but we
If
could
we
have
started
started
with-
with 3, yeah, and then
Yeah,
we,
but that's
we
only
could be
6
2 and
wolf
2,
in
or
28 people, or whatever, 27 people. That's
There
crazy.
could have
I
been
don't know.
6 Sasquatches, potentially.
I just think because if we have a chance, well, here's the thing: if we kill a villager today, we lose. If we
Yeah, we
kill
have
a
to kill
werewolf,
each day. Yeah.
well, if we kill a werewolf, we still probably lose.
Yeah, we probably lose anyway.
So-
I think so too.
Unless I
But if
defend.
Graham is saying he's a Sasquatch,
that's bad.
then
because
then we have to kill Graham anyway because
No,
You have,
not
you have
this,
to kill
not
me.
this turn.
You have to kill me if there's ever a night where there's only 1 death.
No, we
No, but that's too late. We don't have time for you to turn and then.
No, but we
kill
can't
then
kill
the game
him
is over.
today. If
It's
we kill
also
him today,
possible that
we
both
lose.
wolves target me and then they don't get a kill and I can still win on the village. So I'm fine with that. But
There already was one night where there was not. Oh well, I mean, if we believe
think that
Graham,
was
I
Anna
think he could be lying.
Yeah, But there's other people I'd rather kill than Graham, though.
Me too.
Like
I really think we should kill
Connie.
Peter. I'm sorry,
I think
but
Peter
like,
too.
I don't know about Peter because Andreas
There's
named
not that
Peter
many
and me,
villagers.
and Andreas was a werewolf. I don't know.
like
I'm more
we're
on
not
Connie
trying to
or
find the
Jessica.
werewolves. We're trying to find the villagers right now.
In the very
and
first
then
defense,
not vote them, right? I mean, seriously.
I was very suspicious of Peter the whole time, so I guess I shouldn't change my mind now.
I mean,
but
you're probably a werewolf as well, Jesse.
No,
Just
I'm
mathematically,
not.
you're probably
But
everyone
Connie
is.
and Julia,
All right, folks.
Yeah, Connie and Julia are also werewolves. Like,
I want everyone to be careful here. We're going to now be. You do not need a second for a nomination.
Oh, Jesus.
But also, I need a nomination.
I'll nominate Connie.
Okay.
Oh, he's protecting Peter.
All right.
No,
I don't. Been nominated. What's your defense?
I'm on the village team. I actually think Peter's a werewolf. Jesse, I'm kind of suspicious of you now. I've been kind of border on you. Wasn't sure, but I'm leaning towards that way, but I don't really know for sure. But Peter, I just get werewolf vibes like crazy off of him. But I'm on the village team. You'll just be killing another villager.
All right, this is vote 1 of day 7. Thumbs up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's 5 down, 5 up. Tie goes to the person, so no one has died here.
Jesse looks so happy right now because he's on the same werewolf team as Peter, and he knows that if we kill Connie, then they win.
Peter.
By the way, I love how I'm in part of everyone's defense. Like they're not
Jesse
talking
looked
about
like
them.
a child on Christmas. He was so happy
Okay,
now. If we
that's
kill
what I
Connie, he
said.
knows they win.
When we nearly killed
I am just a very animated person. It's not. I'm a
So
villager.
just real quick, because Joseph, just to go off of like, oh,
Connie
dude,
nominated Peter.
I can't even speak.
Okay.
Right.
Since Connie used her defense to talk about me, I'll just use mine to talk about her. I'm a villager. No, actually, I'm a villager. I don't think it's Connie per se, but she has been quiet until right now and it's coming out.
I'm sorry.
I still, oh God, I'm not. I don't know what's happened between Jesse, and I'm not going to say Jesse. I think.
Sorry.
I said I'm trying to find the person, so I'm still gonna go JoJo. Sorry, I think that there's a wolf there. I'm fine though.
All right, this is vote 2 of day 7 for Peter. Thumbs ready? 1, 2, 3. 5 to 5. Nothing happens again.
I'd like Brayden to be able to finish his sentence before we nominate.
Sure. I was just saying that if we did have a low number of wolves, it's actually still bad for the village because then there's more villagers to hide in. So it doesn't really change much in a 2-wolf game, I think. A two team wolf game.
It's
You
the
know what
2
I'm saying?
teams that messes everything up.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah.
So and
Nominate
now I
Jesse.
mean okay.
Nominate Jesse.
All right, Jesse been nominated. What's your defense?
Well, I'm a villager, but I guess it doesn't matter, and we're gonna lose now, or a lot of you are gonna win, because I'm a villager, and you're gonna have to kill me, I guess, because I'm sure there's Sasquatches. I'm sure Graham realizes that the werewolves are gonna win, so he wants to be on the winning team. So even if he's a Sasquatch, he wanted to kill me or not kill me. I don't know. So he gets to be a werewolf. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm a villager, but I feel like it's a done deal right now because of that. So I don't know. Vote up and see what happens.
All right.
Because voting down.
We lost either way, but if we kill you, then Graham don't get to win at least.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, we're not going to know the answer to that question about what happens if you were alive because you are dead. And Jesse was a villager. Good night, everybody. All right, let's start with the bodyguard. Who would you like to protect? Thank you. Red werewolf or werewolves, who would you like to take out? Blue werewolf or werewolves, who would you like to take out? Thank you. Seer, who would you like to know about? Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It is day 8. Sasha has died. Sorry, Sasha was a villager. And that is everyone who's died. However, if I'm doing my math correctly, we are down to 8 people left. There are now more villagers than werewolves. There are now more werewolves than villagers, and one werewolf team, by sheer luck, just got a new member. So the red werewolf team wins.
Congratulations, Graham.
So, let me
write
change this
down.
over. So, there was only ever 2 Sasquatches, and both made it almost all the way to the end. Jojo got turned into a red werewolf at the end. Stuart was the other Sasquatch. That was it.
Wow.
You Frankenstein was Alex, who I'm just going to say did suicide at the beginning. The red werewolf team was Graham, who was the hunter, Andreas, and Connie. The blue team was Larry, Peter, and Julia. I want to see how smaller teams would do as opposed to the bigger teams, and it seemed to work well. Anna was the seer, Braden was the bodyguard, and you saw Jason was the hunter. At one point, we had a great 3-way thing where the bodyguard protected Cameron, and both teams also attacked Cameron at the same time. Cameron, that was your night. Let me ask you guys this, though, since it's been a while since I moderated, but the last time I moderated, the same thing happens. Why does everyone in my games assume that quiet people are always innocent? It happens every time. I don't get it.
Somebody mentioned it. Somebody, I think it was Jesse. He said the people that are the most animated are like good, and the people who are just sitting there being quiet, and like everyone's like, yeah, and then ignore it. Like,
No, but we tried to kill some quiet people as well.
I think there's normally so many quiet people.
We had like
You're always
five
out
in the
quiet
end.
people, and y'all killed me for it.
And it always comes out. There's people being quiet. No one ever pulls the trigger.
Tom, if you're gonna have Alex in the game, you need to give us better roles for the village because Alex tanked the game from the start.
I think my play.
I don't think the village ever had a chance here.
No, listen, I thought so too, that the village didn't have a chance, but they
got
came
tight.
around at the end there, and they could have done well, but suddenly, I mean, Graham was on the chopping block, Connie was on the chopping block, and you all just were like, no, not them.
Also,
Yeah,
we
with
pay
like
attention
12
to who
people
gave
left,
the
Jesse
late
named
second for
all
me.
5 of the remaining werewolves.
Yeah,
I'm
he kept
sad.
calling Peter, kept calling Julia, just never pulled trigger.
Oh, oh well. Yeah, the
Oh, it's
funny
up
thing,
my ear. I'm sorry. I said I named Peter. I said I'm on Larry and Peter, and I nominated Larry.
I tried to kill
No one
Peter, but
killed
it was a
Peter.
tie. Yeah.
Well, Joseph,
His
the
name was
ties
said
were
like
happening.
100 times.
The
and
ties were
you
happening
guys
because the
wouldn't kill
wolves.
him.
Yeah, Graham just nominated.
He was the
Jesse.
late
Joseph,
second on me, day one.
Jesse was so good on the last few days that he was naming everybody off. And
I did vote up Peter the last time just because I felt there were other people who I was more suspicious of.
Yeah.
But I would have that was stupid because the final
Oh, so you're
nomination.
saying you
then-
lost the game?
I figured Peter was a werewolf because we tried to kill him, and he didn't die.
Deshaun was also really good at calling people out. He deserves a
Right.
co-MVP, I think.
No, there was
He
some
was,
good
he was
plays.
really good.
I nominated Julia for being quiet, and she was
That
a
would-
werewolf.
That would have worked.
I think
But I was the werewolf hunter, so it's good you didn't choose me.
Well, maybe you would have killed another werewolf.
Oh no, I was
Yeah.
definitely
No,
going
I
to
was
kill
gonna
Anna
kill
then Brady.
Joseph.
Right.
Julia, who were you going to kill?
Joseph?
Peter, you might have lost some Kickstarter backers after this game.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I came into this thing
Costly
going,
game.
I was the wolf in Tom's last game, and I was like, please don't be wolf. I don't want to be wolf.
It
I want to
really,
be
I really do
vampire.
randomize it. It is not a.
I know. But
All right, Peter, you got one from me.
And whoever
really
played,
wanted to
whoever
know.
said, oh, John, you were talking about Connor always being the werewolf. I think I hold that title like in every legacy game. It was like 19 games in a row. I was a werewolf.
Jesse.
So
Hi, guys. Thank
I
you.
think I hold that title.
And there you have it. Not a lot more to say beyond, what I said there at the end of the video. But these games are lots of fun, and they're going to be different back and forth. I'm going to try to run these a little bit more. It's been a while since I've run the last one. But other people run these games. They also run Blood on the Clock Tower and different things like that. And you could be involved in these. Just go to Facebook and join the Dice Tower Werewolf Facebook group. Anyway, I want to thank all the players for doing a fantastic job and making it, in my opinion, very entertaining to watch. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Werewolf on the Dice Tower.